Welcome! Maid's Mighty Maple Music presents a record shopping haul. Recently in Cambridge, Ontario, did some record shopping at The Beat Goes On and Sunrise Records, both of which are chains. I guess somewhere in most of Ontario. Sunrise mainly at mall stores. The Beat Goes On had used vinyl. And since this is our first vinyl haul, I'll just explain that my search for records is looking for obscure, mostly late 70s, early 80s Canadian bands. And so therefore some of these things, most of these things, I've never heard before. I'm looking for something that was really cool that just never got out there. Maybe alternative or skinny tie or just straight up kind of fun rock or pop. That is what I look for when I go record shopping. So I did a little bit of research on what I found on this record shopping haul. And in terms of what I look for, I scored this time around. It's Canadian record shopping, probably my number one favorite thing to do. So let's get started. You'll see the start is the name of the first band and what we discovered and what was fun about this record. First of all, the singer's name is Simon Slinger. You think that's real? When looking a little bit further into this, apparently they had a mini hit, or maybe regional, with something called Hey You, which didn't sound too bad. The band it says Mississauga, but the studio's in Hamilton. I'm inclined to think the band might have some Hamilton background. And the most surprising, and I don't think I saw this when I purchased it, but if you can see close enough, probably not. Let's see. Trying a new way to record again. You'll see the name Dan Lanois. And yeah, that's Daniel Lanois, who ended up working with U2 and many others. This record was put out in 1980, and this was done in Daniel Lanois' studio in Hamilton. So I call that a score. I haven't listened to any of these yet, but I did do a little bit of research as to who they were. Next up is a band called Elephant. This record is from 1983. It has an accordion player, but it's very new wavy. It seemingly is not a Canadian band. They had perhaps again a minor hit called I Don't Want to Lose You. From everything I can find on here, it looks as if they are from Hamburg, Germany, which is fine. They don't all have to be Canadian. It was actually pretty fun. Yeah, I guess I should have seen the GmbH. But again, I take my chances if they say they're from Canada. It actually sounded pretty good, what I heard. This one kind of goes without saying. I've had this strange interest in Dan Hill as of late. He is a Canadian troubadour. So I've been picking up a few of his albums. City Boy is a band that I run into every once in a while. I have a couple of records by City Boy. They're a British band and they kind of sound like Queen in that vein. Being 1978, that sort of makes sense. It was only $4.99 and I didn't have this one, so. And Robert John Lang. Is that Mutt Lang? That's the question. That's the producer of the record. In power pop circles, I have heard about this record for years. Segarini. It's from 1978. A lot of people called him like the Canadian Nick Lowe or Don Dixon. He ended up, after doing music, was a radio disc jockey. He's recently passed away, just as of 2023. But this is his power pop definitely in the power pop masterpieces that I often read about is this record. He was a disc jockey on Chum and Q107. He went by the Iceman. And he more recently in Canada played in a band called the Dudes. This was labeled as mauve, so I'll go ahead and show you. Not sure if the color is going to show there. It kind of looks just sort of white. It's very faint pink. And I was looking on Discogs, and there's a few different colors of it. Anyway, this was a score. I saw this. I'm like, I have not had this. Very excited to own this, and very excited to take a full listen. 1978 for that one also. Great time period in power pop. Another score, I know I'm just going to keep saying that these are scores. Where's my notes for this one? Oh, here we go. This one's from 1989. This is, I had known the name, but I didn't own anything from this band. But Chris Wardman, who worked on Much Music, produced this Breeding Ground record. They're a Toronto band. And they're more new wave sounding, so I'm excited to listen to this one too. They have sort of an industrial sound. The clip I listened to sounded like The Mission UK, if that gives you any idea. So I did not own anything by Breeding Ground. This was, it was $19.99, which is a little bit higher than I normally would purchase, but I knew that this would be a band I'd be interested in. And I want you to all look at the back photo, because I am willing to put money that that picture is taken at Casa Loma in Toronto. So this was on Fringe Records. Yeah, very excited to own that. This one was a surprise. At first I went looking into this Blue Northern, and it said they were country. I'm like, oh, well, I mean, it's bound to happen. If you look at this picture well enough, that is a rendition of Vancouver. So it also says it's on blue vinyl. So I didn't open it. I'll show it to you. You get a peek of what's the next one. But the clip I listened to, and again, don't have my record player working quite yet. Let's look at the blue. Oh, that's lovely. Well, Blue Northern should have a blue record. Here's the surprising part. This is from 1980. It didn't sound country. It was listed as country, maybe on Discogs. But here's what was the surprise. Member of this band, Billy Cowsill, as in from the Cowsills. Apparently, he moved to Canada and ended up in this band. And Billy Cowsill was the singer for the legendary Cowsills, which is what the Partridge Family was based on. This is just 4 songs, but that's okay. Didn't look like, if I was looking at their discography, there wasn't much that came out from this band. So what a surprise. Again, usually when I'm in the store, I'm just looking to see if it looks like it's made in Canada, and didn't notice the Billy Cowsill, so I'm excited. You guys, I gotta wait a little bit before I can actually listen to these, but it was fun looking up what information there was. This is Puka Orchestra. I had known the name, but I didn't know a bunch about them. This is from 1986. They were a Casby winner in 85. And the word puka means genuine. I think that, unfortunately, because people are, I'm sure as a radio disc jockey, it's like, did people say Puka Orchestra? It probably wasn't the world's greatest band name. They were part of the Queen City West scene in the mid-80s, which makes them a winner for me. And this is, they only had a couple of releases also. And this is just 4 songs also. 1986, if I didn't say that. Okay, so those were from The Beat Goes On. Just not a one of them am I. I'm just like, yes, 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 yes. That weekend, we also saw Sam Roberts, so I was able to pick up the vinyl of The Adventures of Ben Blank at the show. I was annoyed because I couldn't take it back to the car, so I carried it around the whole show. That was, well, that's my problem, right? I should have waited till the end, but they said they didn't have very many. And she's pretty. Look how gorgeous that is. It's two different sides. After seeing how records are made, I know they push those colors down together. It's something like clay and push it down. Not really, but anyway, that's the tricolor vinyl. At Sunrise in the mall in Cambridge, they had several Matthew Good vinyl. I have a couple of Matthew Good vinyl. I'll tell you, I sold Avalanche. I had it from when it came out, and I sold it for $300. And I got used furniture with that. So sometimes you can sell your vinyl for furniture. I don't think that happens often. Anyway, being one of my very favorite artists, I would like all of his music on vinyl. It's going to take a while. They're all reissues and they're pricey. So even though they had more than one, I actually only selected Hospital Music for this time around. We'll talk about that next one. Kind of gives up the... This is kind of a... To me, a waste of a gatefold. Gone Away Boys were Gone Away. This record I know was written by Matt after being in the hospital. I know he had some very serious illness that probably almost took him. So this record is a bit depressing, but has some lately everybody's been saying bangers. I love The Devil's in Your Details. Born Losers was a big hit. Black Helicopter is a favorite. True Love Will Find You in the End. It's a favorite, so that's why I went with that one on vinyl. Many more to select. To catch up with Matt on vinyl. My buddy Andrew ran into this one, and one of my favorite records of all time, yeah, not kidding, all time, is Bad Bad Boys by PEI band Haywire. This seems to be a thing now where they're using foil colors for the album cover and reissuing. So as you can see, translucent yellow, vinyl with pink blotches. It looks prettier here than it actually does in person. No offense, Haywire, but here, I'll show you. See, when I pull it away, you see the next one. There's no surprise. Maybe I need to put cardboard between each one. I'm just joking. Yeah, just kind of yellow. I mean, I know there's pink splotches there, but I couldn't resist. Are you kidding? I'd probably buy every single... You could make Haywire Bad Boys in every color of the rainbow, and I'd probably purchase it. Yeah. When it's one of your favorite records, you want to own... Well, I'm the dork who wants to own everything they ever make. Here we go. Here's our next one. This one actually was from Indigo. They have vinyl now at Indigo, kind of just like Barnes & Noble does. When Daisy Jones came out, there was such a just a frenzy over the TV show and the music. I had ordered this on Amazon, and somehow the order got canceled. And when I went back, I guess this was probably last March, it was like a year ago, when I went back to try and order it again, they were out. So I was quite thrilled. I wasn't thrilled about this price, although remember that's Canadian, so it was a little less. But here's the Daisy Jones and the Six, Aurora. If you've seen the series, you know that them taking these pictures was kind of part of the... This says it's made in Italy, so maybe it's even better than the one I would have had. But this was part of the story of them doing this album cover. And was this a colored vinyl? I don't think so, but it's good. It has a message, a note from Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah, it's black. And then a note from the music director. So if you're a big fan, I feel like this is a piece that you need for being a Daisy Jones fan and being able to listen to the music. And then there was the poster involved also. I think it has the lyrics inside it. Yeah. So Daisy on one side and Billy on the other side of the bus. So very cool. Couple more. This one was a really cool purchase that I kind of knew about. So this one was from Sunrise and it was half off. Thank goodness, because it was a little pricey. This was, I should take a record out. So when Warner Canada hit 50, they had their artists cover other Warner Canada artists. And this is a nice little booklet about Warner Canada and who they signed. One of their first was Streetheart. Second was Honeymoon Suite. Well, that they talk about. There's others, but I knew about this because of Matthew Good. There is Matthew Good doing a Big Wreck song on here. And I'll show you what was really cool about this. This is the Sunrise version. So it's Canadian artists covering other Canadian artists. And it's gold. Look how gorgeous that is. And that's the Sunrise version, is that it's gold. They're Sunrise exclusive. So that was pretty neat. It's a double record. And I'll show you just some of the highlights. If you can see that. Should take the plastic off there. I don't know who Scott Heilman is. Doing Hand in My Pocket. Brett Kissel, who's a country artist, doing Ordinary Day by Great Big Sea. Ron Sexsmith doing a Gordon Lightfoot song. And there's the Matthew Good doing a Big Wreck song, which is basically what I bought it for, not gonna lie. You got Billy Talent doing a Neil Young song. Sheepdogs doing Raised on Robbery, which is Joni Mitchell, but that also is done by the Trans-Canada Highwaymen. A band called Modern Space doing New Girl Now from Honeymoon Suite. I can't wait to hear that. Let's see, Sky Digger song, Bare Naked Ladies. There's a band called the Abrams doing Jane. And I don't know who the Washboard Union is, but they're doing Blue Rodeos Hasn't Hit Me Yet. So it's interesting that it's Canadian bands doing other Canadian bands. For me, that's super interesting. I have one more to show you. I went to see a band live last week. They're called the Uni Boys. Their member, this guy, I believe, is in the Lemon Twigs, who are all the talked about power pop these days. So I did go ahead and get them to sign it. This is their first record. Their second record, this one was 20 and the second record was 35. So, and they only wanted cash. They wouldn't take my, I don't know. They only had cash. So I didn't have 35 cash. So I got their first one. There's just something about them. I was talking about this with the promoter. Sometimes you feel like they might be the next big thing. They felt that way. I don't know how to explain it, but there was something about them that just felt like they were going to break wide open. They don't look like it necessarily, but they were fans of Phil Seymour and Dwight Twilley. Of course I'm going to buy. So there you have it. There is my record haul. It's the most records I bought in years. It's you get me into a Canadian record store, it can get dangerous. So it was a thrill to find what I did. Can't wait to go again and find some more treasures. So thanks for watching. Maud Maid out. Have a great day, and make some comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say or what you found lately on vinyl. Bye.